Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about how to cite very specific types of sources in NoodleTools. So I'm already on the library media website, you can tell by this scary donkey, and we are going to go to the research tools section of the site. So once you're under Research Tools, here's NoodleTools right here. If you need a general NoodleTools tutorial, there's already one out there. This is going to be for very specific types of sources. So we're going to go ahead and open NoodleTools. And you need to sign in with your school Google account. And then right off the bat, if you are citing something like a Twitter post or an audio clip or even a primary source document, which are the three things that we're going to talk about today, if you're citing something that you can't find on under Starter or under Junior, then you're going to go ahead and create a new project under Advanced, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the new project is right here. It's green. We're going to title the project Black Lives Matter. We're going to do MLA unless your teacher tells you otherwise. And then again, normally I have you use Junior, but if you're doing more specific things, you want to go ahead and click Advanced. And this can be quite overwhelming. You're going to see how many choices we have, but this is what you're going to need to do to cite social media posts and audio clips and things that are very specific. Okay, so once you have created your new project, you're going to go right to that Sources tab. And once that loads, you're going to click New Source, always in the top left. Okay, so our first source, I've already picked some sources up here. So our first one is going to be a primary source document. So we are getting it from a website. You can see all of the choices. A little overwhelming, right? But in this case, and if you go down to the bottom, you can see that they are color-coded. Okay, so we know that audio, video, and images is green. So then we can only look in the green section. Okay, and if we go down, because it's a primary source document, it's a photo or illustration. Not necessarily born digital, because as we know, we have digital cameras now, and those would be born digital. This was taken and then scanned into an archive. So we want a photo or illustration. And then it gives us the criteria that we need to fill in. I want to tell you right now that the only things you have to fill in according to NoodleTools are things with this red star. Okay? So there's actually not much information that NoodleTools requires. However, you always want to put as much information as you are given. So if you have a question about what, I'm not sure why that did that. If you have a question about what you're supposed to put there, if you click in the box and then click the little I for information, it tells you what it's looking for. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Not sure why it keeps doing that. And we're going to go to our site. So I have chosen this from Library of Congress, and this is the picture. Okay, and all of the information is right here. We do have a title. We have an artist or a person that actually took the picture. I can't remember where it is. Let's see. Oh, here, photo print by Bruce Davidson. Okay, so we're going to go through and just click back and forth and see what we need to put in. So the name of the container site is always at the top. So it's Library of Congress. So we're going to start there. Okay, publisher of the site. Now this one you always want to look for because if you click on the little I, it says that you want to look for the copyright statement, and you can leave it blank if it's the same as the name of the site. So we're going to go back, and if we scroll all the way down to the bottom to the, well actually this wasn't a big site, but if we scroll down to the bottom, it does say usa.gov. So we are going to go ahead and type in usa.gov. Okay, the URL is in the browser box, so you're going to copy and paste it. Most recent date of access is typically today, so you can click this blue hyperlink. But if you do go back into it, you want to make sure that you update that. And that's because the internet is constantly changing. So you want to make sure that you give give the most recent date. Okay, if you go down to the photo illustration, we have artists. Sometimes there's a drop down, but right now it's just that one. Okay, and our artist here is Bruce Davidson. So we're going to type that in. No middle name, Davidson. Okay, and then type of image. So again, you always want to hit the drop down in case you're not sure. So we do know that this is a photograph. Okay, and if we go back, it tells us as well that it's a photographic print. So we want to make sure we're selecting the right thing. The title of the photograph. Now this is a tricky one sometimes. This actually does have a title, and you can copy and paste that whole thing. But sometimes they are untitled. So if they are untitled, you would click this untitled and you would put a description. You know, woman being arrested or something like that. But this actually does have a title, so we'll copy and paste that. And it's telling us that it doesn't like what we did, so we'll go ahead and capitalize demonstration. That's fine. Okay. And then the date, the copyright date. If you look, it says date created or published is 1963. They don't give us an actual month or day, so we don't put that in. We just put 1963. We never make anything up. Okay, and that is all we need from that. So we want to make sure that we click Save. And there we go. Okay, and what's great is that it tells us it's a photo illustration because that's what we selected. If you need to get back to your source for some reason, you can click View as a live web page and it will take you right back to that page, which is great. So we're going to go ahead to our next one. We'll click New Source. It's a website. And this time, let's go over and see what we have next. This is an audio clip. Okay, so you can see it's only 2 minutes. It is a part of, it was originally heard on All Things Considered, but it is not considered a podcast because it's only a clip from the podcast. So again, get a little confusing, but we're going to go back and do this together. So again, that we know that it's audio, video, or images, and we're going to look for audio clip, and here it is online. And then we just fill in the boxes. And again, if you ever have a question as to what goes in a box, you click the little information button, and it will tell you what you need. Okay, so we're going to start with the URL here. So we copy and paste it right in. Okay, date of publication. It's right here, June 6th, 2020. Okay, so we want to fill all that in. Most recent date of access, we click the hyperlink for today and it fills it right in for us. Okay, the title of the audio clip. This is pretty obvious. It says The Sounds of Nationwide Protests. We can copy and paste that. And they're saying not to capitalize of, so we can change that. That's fine. Okay, so down here it says use this form if it's a standalone audio clip. This is a standalone audio clip. It was a part of a greater blog or podcast, but because we're not taking it from that podcast, it's a standalone. So we're going to go ahead. It says, is it on a site with user-contributed audio clips? No, it's on NPR. NPR is professionally done. So we're going to click Archival Audio Clip. Okay. Name of the site is NPR. Oops, not NOR, NPR. Okay, and the publisher of the site, again, you want to go to the bottom and look for anything different, but here's the copyright statement, 2020 NPR. So we know it's the same, and if we click on it and we click that I, we know that if it's the same as the container site, we do not have to put it. So we can leave that blank. Okay. The creator or archiver, and if you click, that's the only choice there. Go back up to the top here. Now for this case, I would actually go ahead and put All Things Considered as the group because this is from another show. So I would go ahead and put that as my creator. Okay, so we're going to put All Things Considered. Okay, and that's it. Make sure you click Save. And there you go, there's our second one, okay? And it does put them in alphabetical order for you. So you can see All Things Considered is first, and then Davidson Bruce is second. And again, if you click on View as Live Web Page, it will take you right back to where you need to be to see that or listen to it again. Okay, so we'll do our last one, and this is our Twitter post, actually. So we're going to click It's on a Website. And this one is a little different. So we know that if we look down here, this is electric/online. So if we look, blog, electric mailing list, electronic, I can't talk. So you can see right here, tweets fall under microblogs. So if you were doing a Facebook status update or a tweet or something like that, that is called a microblog. Okay, so we're going to go to our post, and I have actually clicked on this post so I get the correct URL. This was in a thread on the Black Lives Matter site, but if you click it, then you'll get the correct URL. Okay, so the first thing is the URL, so let's go back, we'll copy and paste that. Okay, the date of the post, so you can see right here, August 24th, 2020. August 24th, 2020. And then they also want the time of the post because Twitter moves very fast. So this was 9:06 a.m. And again, if you're not sure how to put the time, it tells you. See, it gives you the format. So we're going to put 9:06 a.m. Okay? Okay, the author of the post, so because it's Twitter, they want their handle, and then they also want their name if it's available. So this is at K West Savali, so let's see if we can copy and paste that. It might let us, yep. Okay, so that's her handle, and Kristen West Savali. We just want to make sure we spell it correctly. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to go back and make sure that I spelled it right. S-A-V-A-L-I. Okay, I did. Now this also, they want the text of the post. So they want, and because Twitter is short posts, it should be able to fit. So again, if you're not sure, you click on here and it will say that you post without changing the capitalization. So you can literally copy and paste it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay, and then this is the name of the microblog. So again, you want to hit the drop down, okay, and it gives you all of those choices for different microblogs. So this is Twitter, and type of post. So is it a status update, a photograph, a tweet, or video? So this is a tweet, although a lot of times on Twitter you will see videos and photographs. So you want to make sure that you select the right one. And that's it. That's all you need to put, and you're going to click Save. And there you go. Again, it put it in alphabetical order. And if you wanted to, let me move myself out of the way. If you wanted to, you could go back to it and view as a live web page. Okay, so that is how you cite some of those tricky, very specific, not regular sources. Usually you're going to be citing from a news article or even a database. So in this case, these ones we had to build, and then we also had to remember select advanced, so we had those choices in order to put them in. So hopefully that helps you to do tweets and audio clips and primary sources. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at kkennedy@longmeadow.k12.ma.us. Have a great day.